The Government has committed to ensuring unfettered access for Northern Ireland businesses to the rest of the UK market. We have therefore not implemented export declarations on goods moving from Northern Ireland to Great Britain, which has been subject to infraction proceedings by the EU. Under the protocol, by the end of the year, unfortunately, we will have spent £340 million helping traders process 2.3 million customs declarations through the Trader Support Service. This really highlights the need to get on with a sustainable negotiated solution.
Under the protocol, of course, you'll be aware that seed potato imports to Northern Ireland from Scotland are deeply impacted, and the EU are being hugely intransigent on this, despite high demand from the EU and Northern Ireland for the fantastic seed potato product that Scotland has to provide. What is the Northern Ireland Office and other UK Government departments doing to address this issue?
Mr Speaker, I'm most grateful to him. It is of course unacceptable that essential goods used successfully in Northern Ireland for generations, like seed potatoes, can no longer reach people in Northern Ireland. And that's why I recently met with Wilson's country in Craigavon to discuss the issue. And I can't quite make out what SNP members are saying, Mr Speaker, but I have to say that I do think that it is in the interests of Scotland, Ireland and the wider European Union, as well as Northern Ireland, that this issue should be resolved. The idea that it should be difficult to get seed potatoes into Ireland is quite absurd, and of course it will diminish the quality of potatoes across the European Union if this issue is not resolved, which we would like to do by negotiation.
In the past 2 years, we have resolved nearly 400 barriers, from opening markets for UK pork in Mexico and Chile to UK poultry in Japan. The recent deals with Australia and New Zealand also provide various mechanisms to identify and address trade barriers. This year, the UK achieved the first export of British lamb to the USA in 20 years, a market estimated by industry to be worth over £37 million in the first 5 years.
My honourable friend, as a fellow Aberdeenshire Member of Parliament, will be very aware of the high quality of Scottish food and drink that we've got to offer the whole world. But he'll also be very aware of the concerns raised by the seed potato growers in Aberdeenshire and elsewhere across Scotland in facing the intransigence of the European Union in not allowing the absolute same standard of seed potatoes that were available to the vast demand of those seed potatoes across the European continent. What is the Department for International Trade doing to either resolve that issue or indeed to find new markets for that wonderful product?
Thank him for all he's doing to support and champion farmers in Aberdeenshire and indeed around Scotland, as he did when he was Minister in the Scotland office. It might interest him to know that UK exports of seed potatoes to non-EU markets increased by 25% between 2018 and 2021, and last year nearly 90% of all UK seed potato exports were to non-EU countries, supported by recent trade agreements with Egypt and Morocco. The DIT Scotland team, based in Edinburgh, which he knows well, works closely with the Scottish Government and its agencies to ensure that Scottish companies are supported to pursue opportunities for their products in new markets.